Well, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, today let
Good
us.
morning, sir.
Good morning, welcome. Uh, See,
Good
this is
morning,
the
sir.
last problem of PGBP unit, profits and gains of business or profession. Okay, so this could come for 10 marks. Okay, this problem and the one which was dealt earlier. So these are little typical big problems, and they could come for 10 marks. Okay, so problem 5 that we have solved yesterday. Okay, this problem. So that problem and this one, okay, they are for 10 marks. Okay, let us see the problem today now. So you can see here, the following is the receipts and payments account of Mr. Akhilesh, a practicing chartered accountant for the year ended 31st March 2019. Okay, they are given receipts here, left hand side, and they have got payments or expenditure on the right hand side. Okay, left hand side receipts, right hand side payment they are given. They are not followed any particular standard here. In the sense, it's not a profit and loss account, okay, wherein they have given you the net profit. Okay, net profit is not given here. Okay, we have to identify what are the total of receipts, total of okay payments, and then subtract payments from the receipts. That will give us the actual or income from profession. Okay, this is not business, it is income from profession. See, both business or profession are included in PGBP. Here, the receipt side, they have given you audit fees, consultation, tribunal appearance, miscellaneous, interest on government security, rent received, presents from clients. The payment side, office expenses, office rent paid, salaries and wages, printing and stationaries, subscription, purchase of books, traveling expenses, then interest on bank loan, donation to National Defense Fund, and along with that, some adjustments also they have given some additional information. Loan from bank was taken for the construction of the house in which he lives. Okay, MRV municipal rental value of the house is rupees 8,000. The local taxes rupees 800 per annum. 1/4 of the traveling expenses are not allowable. Compute income from profession for the assessment year 1920. Okay. So now looking at this, let us go on finding out what all comes as. Okay. So first thing is we have to identify what are the income. Okay, income bar revenue. Let us see the first item here. Okay, so income, the sum of all the receipts. Okay, so that should make up the income or revenue. Okay, let us go on checking one by one now. He has received audit fees. He has received audit fee of 19,210 rupees. Okay, see, since he is a practicing chartered accountant, so whenever he goes for auditing of the banks or companies, okay, he's going to receive some fees. So this is a allowable receipt, okay, for his profession. Okay, so audit fees of 19 to 10. Okay, audit fees here received, how much is that? 19,210. Okay, so this is a permissible receipt or income. Okay, next is consultation. Okay, consultation is received 10,000 rupees. See, consultation again, the chartered accountants, they provide consultation, they provide tax advisory and all that. Okay, so it's again a permissible receipt. So 10,000 consultation in the form of consultation you have received. Okay. Consultation fees you have received. Consultation. Okay. How much you received? 10,000 rupees. Yes, it is permitted. 10,000 is allowable. The next is tribunal appearance. Okay. Tribunal appearance. Tribunal. See, tribunal appearance is okay whenever there are some disputes okay happening between the SSC and the income tax department. Okay, they approach the tribunal. Okay, these assessees they approach the tribunal. Tribunal is like nothing but a court kind of a thing. Okay, wherein the income tax officials as well as SSC they come together and okay their queries are heard. Okay, so CAs also become a part of that, and tribunal appearance. Okay, CAs usually do this whenever there are surveys or some raids happened on SSC's properties and all that. Okay, they usually go to these tribunals. Okay, if their things are not resolved. Okay, so tribunal appearance, he has received some amount there. So this is again permitted. Okay, so tribunal appearance. How much has received? Tribunal appearance is 15,000. Okay, so 15,000 he has received out of tribunal appearance. Next is miscellaneous. They are not mentioned. Okay, what is the nature of this miscellaneous thing here? So taking the benefit of doubt, let us assume that this miscellaneous receipts is again related to his profession. Okay, so let us allow this as a permissible 20,000. Okay, 20,000 he has received through miscellaneous deeds. Okay, then interest on government security. Okay, you see here this interest on government security. What is interest on government security? See, he has invested in some government bonds or something like that. Okay, through which he has received 10,000 rupees. So if you observe here, this interest, of course, maybe it is a income to him, but then this cannot be considered under the head of PGBPY. See, interest on government securities comes in income from other sources. Okay, you have one more head out of the 5 heads that you have. First head is income from salary. Second head is income from house property. Third head is income from PGBP. Fourth head is income from capital gains. The last head is there, income from other sources. Okay, so whatever okay these kind of things, interest on government securities and all those things, they come in where the last income head, that is income from other sources. Okay, so we cannot consider this here under the PGBP head. Okay, of course this is taxable but not under this head. Okay, so interest on government security we exclude from here because it is not coming under the PGBP. The rent received. Okay, see here again one more item here, the rent received. Okay, maybe he has received rent of 10,000 rupees, but then we are calculating here income from PGBP. Okay, income related to his profession or business. Okay, so this rent received, this becomes a part of the receipt in income from house property. Okay, so this doesn't come under this head of PGBP here. Rent received is not a part of profession. Okay, of course it is a income, but then we cannot consider it under the head of PGBP. Okay, so rent received we cannot consider here because rent received is a part of the income from house property. Okay, under that head this goes. Similarly, presents from clients. Okay, presents from clients. See, presents from clients. Okay, in the previous problem also I was mentioning you in the case of a doctor. Okay, some clients maybe they will not give you the consideration in the form of cash. Okay, sometimes they may give you presents or gifts. Okay, presents or gifts. Okay, so if the presents or gifts are from the clients, okay, who are your customers, then it becomes an income. Okay, so this presents from clients here is an income. Presents from clients. Okay, how much is this? 10,000. Yes, this is a income that can be considered on the head of PGBP. Okay, if the present is from friends, okay, or the present is from relatives, then we cannot consider it here. Okay, If the presents are from friends or presents are from relatives, then we cannot consider it here. They come under the income from other sources. That's why we are leaving it here. Okay. They form a part of the income from other sources. So we cannot consider it here in this head. Okay. So similarly, supposing if you have received some dividend, let us say, if you received dividend from a company. Okay. So again, dividend from companies is not a part of PGBP. Okay. So whatever is applicable to PGBP only we have to consider. Okay. Other things we should not consider here. Okay. So now total income. Okay. Total income is how much? Add all these above.
94,210.
74,000.
210.
210. Okay. So 74,000 is the total income we have got. Okay. So similarly, we have to find now what are the. Okay. So here they have given you now, and check whether there is any item they have given in the adjustments here. Loan from bank. Okay. MRV, house, local taxes paid, traveling expenses. Okay. So these are related to the expenses side. So let us not consider it here now. Okay. We can go further. So payments. Okay. Expenditure bar payments. Okay. Let us see now one by one which are the. This is the first one. Okay. Payments. Okay. First they have mentioned here office expenses of 10,000 rupees. Okay. Yes, we can consider this as a expenditure because this is expenses towards the maintenance of office. Okay. So office expenses, yes, we can consider office expenses. How much they are given? 10,000. Yes, we can consider this office expenses is okay. Next head, next thing, office rent. Of course, okay. So he is paying the rent for the office that he's using for his CA office. Okay, the rent of that is a permissible expenditure. Office rent 5,000. Yes. Okay. Office rent. Much is that? 5,000 rupees. Okay, he has paid 5,000 for the office rent. Okay, we can consider this. So just for your information, supposing he has received say rent. Okay, supposing he receives rent, what you can see here is rent received. Okay, we are not considering this. Why? Because rent received goes to the head of income from house property, so we are not considering this, but we are considering office rent paid. Okay, rent paid we are considering. Okay, because for his office he has to pay rent, and that is a permissible no expenditure. Okay, rent received is not an income, but rent paid is an admissible expenditure. Okay, you have to understand this. Okay, so office rent paid is okay, we can consider that because it is a business expense again. Okay, professional expense. Okay, next thing is salaries and wages paid. Okay, salaries and wages to the office people. Okay, 12,050. Okay, yes, this can be considered salaries and wages. Salaries and wages. How much is that? 12,050 rupees. Okay, yes. The next one, printing and stationaries. Okay, printing and stationaries. Of course, we have to consider this. Printing and stationaries related to his office work, 1,000 rupees. Printing and stationaries, 1,000 rupees. Printing and stationaries. Okay, 1,000 rupees he has spent on that. Okay. The next one, subscription. Okay, subscription. So this subscription, or maybe they are for the some magazines, or maybe they are for the newspaper or something like that. Okay, these again are miscellaneous expenses that come across in the running of an office. So this can be considered subscription, 3,000 rupees. Okay, considered. So subscription. Okay, how much is that? 3,000 rupees. We will consider this. Okay, the next one now, purchase of books. Okay, annual publication. See, in the profession of a medical doctor also, we have seen there that books become a part of asset which he is going to use for for a longer period of time. Okay, so on purchase of books, we cannot consider this entire thing as 100% this one expenditure, but we have to consider here the depreciation on this. Okay, so books become a part of the asset. On asset, there is depreciation. See, one more information for you. Earlier, purchase of books which are annual publication nature, okay? Annual publication nature before 1718, okay? Before 2017, before 2017-18, there was 100% depreciation was permitted. But now latest thing says that only 40% of depreciation is permitted. Okay, how much of this is permitted now? Only 40%, okay, of depreciation is allowed expenditure for this year. Okay, next year again 40% of whatever WDB remains, that will be used next year. Okay, so for this year 40% of 1,300 should be used. See, the problem, the material that I have given you, okay, so there I used 100% depreciation there. Okay, in the sense it is given that 100% depreciation is used because that was the earlier rate. Okay, 2013-14, those problems were of 2013-14. That time 100% depreciation was allowed, but now the latest one is only 40% here. Okay, so that is a small difference. Okay, because this is the latest. I have taken the latest depreciation rates here. So now it is only 40%. We have to consider. Okay, so depreciation of on books. Okay, depreciation on books. So 40% of what is the value of the book that he has purchased? 1,300 rupees. Okay, 1,300. How much it comes to? 520 rupees. Earlier, for annual publication, there was 100% depreciation permitted, but now it is only 40%. Okay. If you look at the problems of 2013-14 or some earlier old problem, the same thing, we would have considered 100%. Okay, but now it is only 40% we have to consider. The rates of depreciation have been changed. Okay, so this comes to how much? 40% of 500?
520.
520. Okay, yes. So 520. Yes, okay, that's what I consider now. Traveling expenses. Okay, traveling expenses 5,800. But see here, okay, in the adjustment information that he has given, 1/4 of traveling expenses are not allowable. Okay, he has mentioned here, okay, below here, 1/4 of traveling expenses are not allowable. Okay, that means only 3/4 of this we can consider is allowed, and 1/4 is not considered. So we have to make the adjustment here for traveling expense. Okay. Traveling expenses. Okay. 3/4 is allowed. Okay, 3/4 is allowed. So what is, how much they have given here now? 5,800 they are given. Okay, they have mentioned that 1/4 is not permitted. Okay, if 1/4 is not permitted, definitely 3/4 has to be permitted. Okay, that we have taken here. 3/4 is allowed. Okay, you mention here 1/4 is not allowed. Okay, therefore 3/4 is 1/4 is not allowed. Therefore 3/4 is allowed. Okay, so 3/4 of now they mentioned that traveling expense is how much? 5,800. Okay, 5,800 into 3/4 is 0.75. Okay, 0.75. That is equal to how much? 5,800 into 5,800 into 0.75. 4,350.
Yes, sir.
4,350. Okay, yes. So 4,350 is permitted. So traveling expenses we have seen. Okay, how we have taken the adjustment here. Okay. So next thing is interest on bank loan. Okay, interest on, he has paid some interest. Okay, these are the payments here. Okay, he has paid some interest on the bank loan. Okay, 3,000 rupees. Now let us see whether there is anything given for the adjustments here. You can see here, loan from bank was taken for the construction of the house in which he lives. Okay, the bank loan, the interest that he has mentioned here is not for the business purpose or the profession purpose. This bank loan, he has taken it for a construction of a house. Okay, and the construction of a house, that loan that he has taken for that, he has paid an interest. So this interest on bank loan, we cannot consider it here. Okay, see, if it were house property, income from house property, okay, house property, then whatever loan you take for the construction of the house and the interest that you pay there, okay, will be considered under the head of income from house property. Okay, if we are calculating income from house property, then we would have considered this interest on bank loan. But now, since this is PGBP, this interest paid we cannot consider. Okay, so interest on bank loan we cannot consider. Okay, so next, now donation to National Defence Fund, 5,000 rupees. Okay, again you can see here this donation is to some National Defence Fund. Again, okay, whatever donations you give will not become a part of your payments or expenditures related to your profession. So this also we cannot consider. Okay, this also we cannot consider. And similarly, is there. Okay, so interest on bank loan will not consider. Donation to National Defence Fund will not consider here. See, this donation to National Defence Fund, we can consider under section 80. Okay, section 80 GG. Okay, so there, whichever donation you are giving to some national parties or political parties or some prime minister's relief fund and all that, so they can be considered under the section 80. Okay, section 80C to section 80U. Okay, so there it is considered, not here. Okay, that's why these two things we do not going to consider here. And they give other information here. MRV of the house. Okay, MRV of the house is rupees 8,000. Local taxes 800 per annum. Okay, so this is again purely related to your house property. Okay, so the MRV, municipal rental value, okay, of the house, because these are related to his personal, okay, house that he is staying. This is not related to the office that he is running his profession. Okay, so we have to leave this information of MRV, local taxes paid. Okay, so this information we should not consider. Okay, So now we have considered every possible or every permissible. Okay. So now total expenditure. Total expenditure is how much? Add all this. Add all the expenditures.
35,920.
35.
920.
35,920. Okay. So 35,920 is the total expenditure. So now we have to subtract this. We subtract this. Okay. So that gives us income. Okay. Income from profession. Okay. Income from profession is what? So what we can do is, okay. Let's mention here. Want to do this directly, you can say less. Okay. Expenditure of payments. So income from this one is how much? So 74,210 is income, and then expenditure is 35,920. And what is the income from profession?
38,290.
38,290.
290.
Correct. Okay. 38,290. Right. So 38,290 is the solution. Okay. So income from profession of this person is 38,290. Okay. See, whatever node, okay, whatever working thing we have done on top here, okay, while solving the problem, so that we have to write everything down here. Okay. So whatever we have not considered, okay, supposing in case of income we have not considered rent received, okay, then the interest on government security. So why we have not considered these two? Okay, we should write in the working notes. Similarly, we have not considered interest on bank loan, okay, donation to National Defense Fund. Why we have not considered that also we should write in the, okay, I have explained to here, but then in the working notes below here, okay, you can write all that, thing that we have done with respect to solving this problem. Okay. So anything that is not mentioned here and which was given in the problem, okay, so that you have to mention in the working notes, okay, while solving the problem in the final exam. Okay. So this is all about this problem here, and this completes our unit on PGBP. See, one more thing is I'm going to share these two, okay, the word file that I have used for solving the problems. I'm going to send them. I'm going to share them in the Google class. Okay. So I'm going to name them as a Zoom class. Okay. Problems Zoom. Okay. Zoom class, Zoom class. So for the exam point of view, refer only to the material that I'm sending with Zoom class. Okay. Zoom class names. Okay. Zoom class. Because I've already sent you some material in the past weeks. So they were little old and the problems were not latest in nature. So you can just refer them for theory purpose. For solving problems, okay, you refer to the word files that I'm sending with Zoom class, okay, nomenclature. And also I'm uploading the videos and I'm sending the videos in the Google Classroom. And a request to all of you all is, tell your other friends also who are not here today to subscribe to my channel and watch all the videos. Okay. See, how do we consider the attendance for your classes is by looking at how many of them have subscribed and how many of them watched the videos. Okay. So based on the, and also you can give some comments there so that no, it's a proof that yes, you have watched and you have no, you have attended it, because AICTE is asking for the proof of attendance. Okay, so we have to provide them the attendance proof. Okay, saying that so these many people have watched. Okay, these many people have given the comments. Okay, so on the basis of that, your attendance will be marked. Okay, so tell all your friends, those who have not been able to attend today or no in the previous classes, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then watch all the videos. Okay, at least enter those. Supposing you have already heard my class here. Okay, you just enter, give some remark, and you can come out. Okay, but then your name or your comment, if it is there, that will be considered as the presence, okay, of the class. Okay, so hope this is clear to all of you all. So next unit is again very important, as I said, because that unit not only comes for 20 marks of theory, but also for solving the case study. Okay, the 50% of the case study will be on the next unit, that is income from other sources and deductions permissible under section 80. Okay, C to 80U. Okay, deductions. And that is very important, because we are going to finally calculate the income tax for an individual in the next unit, and that is going to come for your case study also, 20 marks. Okay, so next unit will contribute to 20 marks of the one question, 20 marks, and 10 marks in the case study. Okay, so 30 marks contribution will be there from the very small unit, that is the next unit. Okay, unit 4. See, tomorrow I am not going to take the class tomorrow. Okay, I will let you know. Friday, Saturday I will be in the college. Okay, so after going to college, I will find out whether I can take class from the college. Okay, because I don't know whether no, the system permits my computer to permit me there. But anyways, I'll go and find out and let you know when is my next class. Okay, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it is not there, and I will let you know. Okay, when I will take the next session. And as I said, all of you all, okay, please subscribe to the channel so that it is a proof of your attendance. Okay, and also give some remarks or comments in the videos. Okay, that I have put there. Okay, so thank you all so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.